Thank you so much. I am calling in from Chile and we're bringing food from India. So this is definitely the world. So thank you very much. I actually walked right across the street yesterday at the farmer's market and got 1.5 kilos of pumpkin, which is probably way too much, but I thought, let's get plenty. So would you describe why you picked this recipe and what the ingredients are?
Yeah, so like it's pudding, which is like kheer, we say, and it's like favorite dessert for I think every Indian. And mainly pumpkin kheer is a seasonal food, and I think here is also it's Halloween and pumpkin everywhere. So I thought, why not choose something which will be celebrating like for here also, and I also like pumpkin kheer. Yeah, like
So
pumpkin.
do you have pumpkin in India year round? Because pumpkin tends to be in the US like a fall.
Yeah, around same time. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so it's a special thing in India.
Yeah, so it's like a seasonal veggies. Yeah.
Okay. So you want
So,
to go down the
if you
ingredient
were to
list?
use the canned pumpkin for this recipe that you have, would you use one whole can or what? Or
So
a
just
cup of it, or
like I like grated pumpkin. You have can that is also good because basically we have to cook this before. So I will start. So if you have like a whole pumpkin, so you can grate. So it will take less time. I think canned pumpkin will also take less time in cooking.
Yeah, I don't have a grater, so
the
I'll
canned
have to cut it
pumpkin?
up real quick.
So you can like chop and cook, and then after that you can mash.
Well, the canned pumpkin is already mashed.
Oh, so then you are good. So you can wait until we all will cook, and then you can I think add the pumpkin into the milk.
Okay, so do you think it'd be one whole can or?
How much is it the can? Like 1 cup, 2 cup?
I'm not in the kitchen, so I can't tell you.
Okay, I
Can
think
is probably,
I use one whole can. So with the can also, if it is like a pulp, so you can like heat the pan. So I start. So you can heat the pan and add butter. So first of all, if they don't have grated pumpkin or like different kinds, so they prepare pumpkin or squash, whatever you are using. So you can peel it and either grate it, or if you don't have grater, you can chop in a small cubes.
yeah, I got a picture of this pumpkin at the farmer's market and it's like, I don't know, as big as my belly. Nice and big.
Let me know if like everybody is based.
What do you have there?
I'm running a little bit
What do you
late,
have,
so I
butter?
have to go buy milk.
What do you have, butter?
Yeah, I'm using butter. So here I have 2 cups of grated pumpkin, and
Get on this stick.
this is tablespoon butter. So first I am heating the pan, and now my pan is hot, so I will melt the butter.
Put butter in the pan.
And you used about a half a stick of butter.
We're putting the butter on the. We're doing the same. Oh, yeah. You want to?
So This hotel is being nice enough to let us use their kitchen.
The Wi-Fi. Still have no Wi-Fi, like the video stuff sometimes. I don't know if they. I am.
Here butter is melting. So when butter is melted, I will put the pumpkin in the pan.
What temperature are you using on the stove top?
I am like on medium.
Medium, thank you.
So as far as shredding, I'm a little bit behind because I'm having a hard time getting the skin off my pumpkin. It's quite a tough and tenacious, thick skin. But I mean, I guess I could start grating from the inside and, work my way and not worry about the skin.
So what you can do, you can cut in half, right? If you have a round, like a semicircle, you can cut in a triangle. Then you don't have to worry about the skin. You can just grate and throw the skin at last.
You can also microwave it, Lulu, and it'll loosen up that skin and make it much softer.
Oh, that sounds like because I have absolutely no hand strength for this kind of.
Yeah, put it in the microwave for a couple of minutes and that'll soften it up.
And that's okay to do. It won't ruin the recipe.
Yeah,
No, I
yeah.
don't think- No,
And then my
Yeah.
other question, so I don't have to interrupt. I have a large grate and I have a fine grate. Which do you prefer?
Anyone is fine. I think large, you will get like more faster. So the basic thing for grating or chopping is like, to get cooked. So whatever you have like more time, you can like, cut into larger piece. Less time, do it small. So
Yeah.
it's like cooking time will depend on the size. So it's fine.
yeah, the large grate is still pretty good for like squash.
Yeah.
I don't have a grater, so I'm just cutting them in cubes to cook them.
Yeah, you cut into cubes and
The smaller it is, the quicker it cooks.
yeah.
This is like, oh,
So now I cut it, so it will cook faster.
There was a.
So let me know when everybody is done with pumpkin. We can start preparing our milk on another side.
It's going to take me a while, so I would say don't wait for me. I'll just pay attention and play catch up.
Okay.
All right,
So
thank you.
here you can do two things. So if you have condensed milk, you can mix the condensed milk in the milk. I can show you that later. But if you're just using milk, so we have like about 2 cups here grated pumpkin. So I'm taking 3 cups of milk. So, but I'm mixing condensed milk. So I am just taking 1.5 cup of. So basically you have to thicken the milk. So
Do we mix the milk and the pumpkin before we put it in the pan?
no. So pumpkin is separately and we are doing milk separately.
Milk's going in a separate pan.
Oh, okay.
So
does
right
the
now
pumpkin-
you're cooking the pumpkin with just butter,
Yeah.
and it was what, a half a stick of butter,
Half a stick of butter.
4 tablespoons. So in the second pan, you're mixing 1.5 cups milk and 1.5 cups
Sorry.
3 cups if it's milk, 1.5 cups if it's condensed milk.
Because sometimes you mix milk and pumpkin, so the milk it become like a curd.
So it's the squash that gives it that so that it'll get thicker.
Yeah.
The squash and the milk will make it so that it gets a little bit thicker.
Yeah. So we will add that later. So for now here we are sensing the milk taste, making it.
Is it also medium temperature for the milk?
Or you can do like, you can keep it like little bit high, and when you will get a first boil, then you can keep it medium. So if you are,
Okay, boil first and then medium?
yeah.
Yeah, you want the milk to simmer, but to not scorch on the bottom.
Yeah. And if you feel like my pumpkin is not sticking it down, but if you can add water, that is completely fine. That's like
You're saying that you put it in the butter, but if it looks like it's sticking, add a little water to it.
yeah.
Is that what
If
you're saying?
for me it's not, but if your pumpkin is sticking, then they add little bit water.
Who were in Legoland?
You could probably do the same thing with carrots.
Yeah.
Instead of squash.
Yeah. So like mostly pudding, we have same recipe, just change the main ingredient. Like with rice also we cook in a similar way. Just we cook rice in a milk with carrot, pumpkin. We have like
Yeah,
different.
rice pudding.
Uh,
You could make rice pudding.
yeah. So it's same way. In the milk, so now we will add whatever you want to mix, like little bit of black pepper, maybe 1/4 teaspoon.
You're gonna add that to the milk.
Yeah.
Mhm. I mean, the spices, the cardamom, the black pepper, the nutmeg, and what about the sugar? All that will be added to the milk.
Yeah. So sugar we will also add in pumpkin when it is half cooked. So the sugar will go inside of the pumpkin. So when you are taking pumpkin, that also tastes sweet. So for now, I'm just adding black pepper and cardamom powder. Add little bit of powder, the nutmeg.
Yeah, nutmeg.
Someone's grating some fresh nutmeg, sounds like.
Yes, that's me. I couldn't find any cardamom, but I found the nutmeg nut.
That is basically give more flavor. So if you have, that's good, but it will be fine. So now this is like half cooked. So I will add a little bit sugar in it. So I am adding 2 teaspoons. Oh yeah, so I will add like 2 teaspoons sugar. If you like more sweet side, you can add like 1 sugar in it, but and 2 is
Did you
Um,
use
sugar.
condensed milk and that's why you're using just 2 teaspoons of sugar, or did you use milk and that's all the sugar you're adding?
so this is the just sugar for the pumpkin. In milk, add different. So this will just for the pumpkin.
So the 2 teaspoons are in the pumpkin.
Yeah.
Got it.
So in milk, I will put the sugar when it will like take 1 boil, because otherwise it starts sticking to like sugar.
Yeah, sure.
Just to check if it is cooked or not. So you can take out little bit, and you can try to see with hand if it is mashing, then it's cooked. Or with a spoon, if you have cube, you can just see, if it is like easily mashing, soft enough, then it's cooked. So here the pumpkin is cooked, so I'm turning off the gas.
So I was wondering, what was the word kheer mean in India, in Indian, or in their native language?
What is the word we like?
Yeah,
The different place they called it different. So the word is like kaddu, Kadu.
okay.
What else we called?
Well,
It's like there is a, but kaddu is a common word. The other one is like a difficult. It's kumra, but I think kaddu, if you search, then you will find. It's
yeah, I mean, I know there is too many languages in India. Maybe it means something in any language.
it's like some regional also, like they speak same language, but some veggies, in such region they have different name. I don't know why it is, but yeah.
Thank you, Prachi. There's some people in the kitchen, so that's why I mute myself sometimes. I like Lulu's one.
So if milk is boiled one, so then you can add sugar. So it depends now. If you are taking 3 cup of milk, then I'm adding 4 to 5 teaspoon sugar. And if you have sweetened condensed milk, if you're adding, then I think it may not need any sugar. Maybe just 1 spoon, 1 or 2 spoon in this also. But yeah.
So this is after you combine, you pour the milk into the pumpkin and then add more
No, no.
sugar?
No, it's still milk is on other pan. So
Oh.
because it's one boil, so I'm adding sugar in it. Pumpkin is separate for now.
Okay.
So I'm very far behind.
I can
For the grated squash, do we put 2 cups in?
yeah, I put 2 cups
Okay.
for 2 people.
Awesome.
I'm with you too. I'm a little behind, but that's nothing new.
It's fine. I think it's simple process.
Whoever thought of using canned pumpkin was so smart. I didn't think of that. I shredded a butternut squash with this hand grater. It took a really long time.
But I've got what, 3 pounds of pumpkin here? I bought 1.5 kilos. And so it's a lot. As usual, I make way too much.
Again, when you have a hard squash like a butternut, you can put it in the microwave for a couple of minutes to soften it up.
Just to take the skin off.
To get the scent off or cut it up or whatever.
Well, I'm kind of a lazy person. I just use the food processor. And because I'm looking at Lulu, and now if I was doing those small little bits, I'd be cutting my fingers.
I trust you guys to call 911 for me if something happened bad.
Yeah, I have all these little chunks left over that I couldn't grate any smaller without cutting myself. So I think I'm gonna make a soup with it later.
Well, you can just stick it in a pan there and see if it'll break down.
That's true. I could chop them, but I already have enough squash here, and I like having like sweet potato or something in a soup. So I think I'll try that.
Mine's already actually done, but I don't.
Chef is stirring her milk. You don't want it to scorch, so you got to kind of keep it on low and stir it occasionally.
Yeah,
So
because
the milk doesn't burn in the bottom of the pan.
yeah.
Well, Prachi, I've never seen kheer made with squash, so this is really interesting to me.
Okay.
I'm afraid I'm so lazy. When I go to the Indian store, I just buy those little packages that say kheer, and then I just add the milk, and
Yeah.
that's the way I do it. It's so easy that way.
Yeah, definitely. I think with the squash it's very hard to peel, cut, and that's why I also eat very less here. We also make veggie, like a salty veggie, but it's very hard to peel, cut, and chop. So if you are adding condensed milk, then I don't think so you need any sugar in the milk. Or it's too sweet. The condensed is too sweet.
We just added sugar because we didn't add condensed milk.
Yeah, so you can add about like 4 or 5 teaspoons sugar, that will be fine.
You ever use other kinds of milk like just cream or?
Yeah, so if you're like, substitute with almond milk, I think that will be the best, or coconut. But almond will be best because it will give the nutty which goes good with the pumpkin.
I mean, you're just trying to get a nice thick, creamy flavor.
Yeah.
And then we put 4 tablespoons of butter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm at the point where I gotta start doing my milk. If given a choice between sweetened condensed milk using 1.5 cups or 3 cups of milk with sugar.
Yeah.
What's the flavor profile difference? Which would you like better? Which would you choose for me to do? Because I suck at making decisions.
So if basically the condensed milk we add because we need like more thickened, like creamy flavor. So you will achieve like in less time if you just mix with the milk because it's already thickened,
I don't understand. Say that again.
So for condensed milk, it will take less time.
Take less time.
Yeah, to thick your milk. So basically we are like making milk thicker. So if you're using like whole milk, then you have to cook more. Like if you're taking 3 cups, so at least you have to cook until it become about 2 cups of milk. But if you're adding condensed milk, you don't have to wait that long. Just milk, and then you can add your condensed milk. It will give you the same consistency.
Okay, got it.
And in milk only, we will add like cardamom powder, cinnamon if you like, nutmeg, and black pepper to give the flavor.
Or it looks like you've put everything together. Is that correct?
Yeah, so now milk already get like boiled the milk, and I will show you. So this it's like thick, creamy. So now I will add everything.
So she's adding the cooked squash to the milk pan.
Yeah. And stir it. So I will cover it and just cook for a few minutes, like 1 minute, so that all the flavor and aroma, they will in milk get absorbed by pumpkin. So this will be also in medium, or you can do in low.
So sorry. I have a 14-ounce can of sweetened condensed milk, which means I'm going to have 2 ounces of sweetened condensed milk left over.
Wait, I will see what.
I would just use the whole can.
You can use half of it. If you have 14 ounce, you can use half.
Okay, so that's a little less than a cup. Do I add milk to that? And what do I do with the leftover sweetened condensed milk?
That's why I would use the whole can, because there's no sense having a half a can left. You can just, as you cook it, it'll reduce even more.
Iced coffee.
Yeah, I use it for
Condensed
coffee.
milk.
Well,
Or
also,
Vietnamese coffee is good.
oh, sorry.
Lulu, do you drink coffee?
Well,
I
also, if you don't
Sure.
want, like, make something else with the leftover, just increase the milk quantity also, otherwise it will be too sweet.
So use 7 ounces, use half of this. I could up my squash and make a bigger batch, I guess, too.
If you use the full, then increase the milk quantity. Like you can use 2 cup or 3 cup of milk and add the whole and double the squash.
Okay.
It's just to balance the sweetness because I think they are like too sweet.
Yeah, I understand. I don't want it too sweet. So if I'm going to stick with the 2 cups of squash, I would use 7 ounces of this. And how much milk? Another cup of milk?
1.5 cup, yeah.
1.5. Okay, great. Thanks.
So it's done. So I'm adding the nuts, chopped nuts. So if you can see.
Wow, that looks yummy, Prachi.
And you already had the cardamom and the black pepper, did you?
Yeah, in the milk. So in the milk, you add like you have, more enhanced flavor. If you feel it less, you top it again. But so you can eat hot. And also if you like, you can keep in refrigerator, cool it in a fridge, and then you can have it cold. So I like on the, but it's different. People have different choice. Like, so you can keep it some in fridge, and you can later tonight.
Hey, Prachi, what do you normally eat this with? Is it just
So this is sweet we generally have after lunch or dinner or
Dessert.
yeah, it's a dessert. In the evening, just
so it's not like a whole meal, it's a dessert,
Mhm.
yeah, it's not a whole meal. Yeah.
like we do in America where we have like sweet stuff for breakfast.
So Prachi, does it taste pretty good?
Yeah. It's, I will also give to my husband and let him approve.
Mine is very liquidy. Is there anything wrong with just continuing to cook it until it's thicker?
I took a pot of water out of mine. That's what I did.
Oh, did you? So it's like why it's that liquidy? It's the milk or?
No,
Let's
the
see
milk-
it.
Probably just use
Show
too
it to
much
us on the screen. Let's see what it looks like.
Okay.
So if you added water to cook the pumpkin, then you can filter the water, like drain it, and just use the pumpkin. Don't use
Yeah,
the
I
water.
should have poured it out. Now I scooped it out.
Well, I already combined everything, so
Basically,
So
see,
Taste it and see if it tastes good.
yeah,
Does it taste good?
let's see.
Because it can be pretty liquidy. It's fine. Did you put the nuts in and everything? The nutmeg and the black pepper and the cardamom?
Yeah, but usually when I cook, I don't put enough spice. I'll probably have
I would
to
just
add.
cook it on low and it'll thicken up because it's gonna lose water.
Yeah. And when it will get cold, then also it will get little bit thicker. It will get the more consistency. Yeah.
It's really nice. I like it warm.
Yeah.
Well, it looks delicious to me. Looks really good. And
Yeah,
ours, yours is looking pretty good too.
I was thinking that you could make it liquidy and then have it like a pumpkin soup.
Yeah, I mean, liquidy would be fine too.
I was thinking if it was too liquid, you could pour it over some ice cream or some kind of a cake or a cookie or something.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, so that's fine if you have different consistency. Like people, some people they like more liquidy, like a drink or like a soup. Yeah, and that is a good idea if you can top it with ice cream.
Oh, yeah, ice cream.
Oh, we have ice cream. Just bought.
So you can take just a sugar. If it is less for you, then you.
Yeah. Does anybody have any final questions?
Okay, so, yes. I'm cooking my pumpkin, and how do I know when it's done? Is it like a tenderness that I'm looking for, like in a mashed potato, let's say, or?
Yes, you got it. Yeah, you check like that only. Like if it is like soft enough,
Yeah.
So it's cooked. So when your pumpkin is like almost, if you feel that way, it's soft, then add little bit sugar on it.
Okay.
And then just leave it for 1 or 2 minutes so sugar get absorbed or dissolved, and then you can turn off the gas. So your pumpkin is ready.
Okay, and then you said to add what would be traditional flavors, black pepper or white pepper?
Black.
Black pepper, and then you said cardamom?
Yeah.
Anything else?
We sometimes add cinnamon also, little bit to give a flavor.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
And
right.
it's an optional, like if you have, you can add, but it's totally
Say that again.
nutmeg.
Oh, nutmeg. Okay. So cardamom.
And I would say definitely condensed milk. That really cuts down on the cooking time.
Yeah, that's what I opted to do. So I have 7 ounces of the condensed milk and a cup and a half of whole milk.
Yeah.
Because mine's more like a soup because my milk didn't condense. So,
And as far as ratio of like black pepper, cardamom, and cinnamon, what do you have the most of?
More cardamom.
More cardamom. Okay.
Or
So
how
how much
does
for
yours
that?
taste? Or how does yours taste? Does it taste pretty good? Or you haven't tasted it?
oh, I taste while I'm cooking, of course.
So approximately how much cardamom did you put in?
I did like half teaspoon.
Okay, half teaspoon. And then,
I like 1/4 approx.
sorry?
Rest 1/4 like black pepper.
1/4. And then how much? Just cinnamon, a fourth maybe, or?
Yeah, 1/4. Yeah.
Okay. And then what other things are we adding to, like, there, at no point are you adding any salt?
No. So
Okay.
this is I'm not adding any.
Yeah, but a lot of times salt is just thrown in to balance out sweet. So I'm just curious about that. And then you said any kind of nuts you like, almonds or pecans?
Any nuts will go with that. Yeah.
And then anything like any kind of dried fruit or anything, or no?
Dried fruit.
Like raisins or whatever.
But I'm not sure with all else how it will taste, but this can go.
All right, cool. Thank you. So that's it on my questions. Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome.
And thank you for sharing this recipe. I'm excited.
Did you taste it?
Mine is, of course, a soup because my milk didn't condense very much. So
Yeah, you have to wait until the milk it get evaporate and little bit like more thicker, and then you can add.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat it as soup because I'm hungry.
Oh, yeah. So
Yeah, I was impatient with the milk also.
Pour
So-
some on your tiramisu.
There you go, pour some on the tiramisu. Any final questions by anybody? Because I'm hungry. So this is Orr from Leave It to Chef from Chile. And thank you so much for bringing us a recipe from India. And very simple, easy, quick recipe that has very unique taste.
thank you for having
Yeah.
me.
And we look forward to having you on again because you always bring interesting recipes.
Sure.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, everyone. You're welcome.